Kiss FM. I almost said Z100 because I'm looking at Elvis Duran, who is the mega iconic morning host of Z100's morning show.
Mega and iconic.
Mega and iconic. But basically, for those who listen nationwide, you perhaps have been in New York City. You've heard Z100. They say it's New York's number one hit music station. This is LA's number one hit music station.
Yeah.
So we do the same kind of thing every morning for several hours.
I will tell you, though, it's not just radio stations. People are listening online on the iHeartRadio app.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of listeners in Los Angeles.
Nationwide, right?
We do. I mean, before they listen to you on Kiss, they listen to us online.
So you have to understand, I'm so excited to have Elvis in because I've really looked up to him since I was a teenager. And I'll tell you how. When I was in Atlanta, I mowed lawns in Dunwoody, Georgia, and I bought a mixer at RadioShack. I went to Perimeter Mall to buy this mixer from RadioShack. And the reason I bought it was because I was listening to this guy on a station at night called Z93. And this guy was able to go from one song to another without stopping the song totally. It would like cross-fade from one to another. Mm-hmm. I couldn't do that on my home cassette. So I bought a mixer so I could go from song to song and pretend I was on Z93. The guy I was listening to was Elvis Duran.
Wow.
Yeah, so I brought out the radio nerd in Ryan.
You really did. I called into your show to request songs.
I started the same way. I was listening to another guy, and I nerded out, and I bought a mixer and became this.
But it's no surprise, though, that you have become what you've become because you knew from, when you were doing it in the closet of your parents' home, you knew this was in your blood. You knew you loved it, right?
Oh, absolutely. No. I was seduced by radio at a very early age. And I love saying that, by the way. It's kind of creepy, right? Yeah. A little creepy.
But you can be creepy. Thank you.
Your
show can be creepy. We try not to be.
Yeah.
You guys are good at that.
This is why I love listening to you guys together, because you want to be a little more creepy.
But we just don't. Yeah, that's why you're in the world.
All right, I will decreep myself for this interview.
But how did you know? I mean, doing this, we don't take ourselves too seriously, yet it's a real disciplined career. You gotta get up every day and you've got to go full speed. And by the end of my day, after doing this and other things in my day, I'm talked out. I'm tired.
Well, have you read my book? And there's a chapter about you in there.
I saw you talk about that. Yeah.
Because what you do is an industry. You are TV and radio, and you're producing. And I was like, what? I don't want to do any of that. I just want to do my show and go home. No, it's true. It's true. I just want to do my 4 and hit the door is what we say. Yeah. Because I don't want to be a superstar. I just want to do my thing because it's all I know. How
did you know you could become people's best friend? That's what you are. You're people's close friend that never have met you.
Well, you don't know it. You just go in there and do what you love, and it so happens, it's a byproduct of doing what you love. You become friends with 10 million people.
Elvis Duran is with us. He's number one, not only in New York, but all over the country, actually. He's in a morning
not number one everywhere.
Well, not here.
No.
But you don't broadcast here. So no. You do well where you syndicate.
No, but there were some cities we went into. Atlanta, for instance. They put our show on in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Couldn't get arrested. No, seriously. Austin, we failed miserably in Austin. St. Louis hated us. There are markets that don't like us, and I don't care,
Right.
But, it's so funny. We don't think of us as being in markets and cities anymore. Yeah. We think of us as being everywhere because we're online.
Right. Mm-hmm. And Elvis,
you really should start thinking that way.
I just come in and I look at the faces in this studio, and whatever happens. They really are we have a plan, but we rarely stick to it. And many times we catch each other off guard, which becomes the most fun. But I mean, I don't do this because I need to work. I do this because I love it.
Right.
I could have stopped this a few years ago, but I really, truly love it. And I think, my role is to make sure that Sissany and Tanya and Patty all find happiness and peace in life. Mm-hmm. Then I'll retire.
Oh, I'm sure that's what keeps you up at night, making sure they're happy.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what it is.
Exactly.
Okay, is he fun to work with? Because he sounds great on the radio, but when the microphones go off, does he throw sharp objects?
He has his moments. But
Yes,
of course. I think it's just like you're like an instant family, and it's something that unless you do a morning show like we do, I don't know if you can get that. I mean, I guess other maybe TV news people have the same feeling with their coworkers.
Oh, I could never do TV news. I'd be scared to death of news.
I think because we joke so much, it's fun.
Right. I just see when you do TV, I don't understand it because there's timers counting down saying you have to take a break.
We don't pay attention. I still don't pay attention to that stuff.
TV people are weird.
Speaking of which, we do have to take a break here on this show. I'm coming back in 1 minute.
Wait, hold up. Promise me when we come back, you're going to sell some books.
I'm going to sell some books.
I'm here to sell some books.
Yeah, 1 minute. 818. We're paying a bill in the 818 area code next.
I've always wanted to be on Kiss, by the way.
Say it.
This is
Do it.
What is it called?
It's called 102.7.
Yes, what he said.
Nailed it.
I don't want to give call letters. I don't want to do weather. I don't want to do time checks. I don't want to do all that stuff that radio people.
I still like it.
17 past 17.
I still
if
like
you have to be there by 8, you've got 43 minutes.
I still like it.
Yeah, Ryan.
That's so Ryan.
I still do it, and I love it.
Here's my favorite Ryanism. He'll be talking, and in the middle of a sentence, he'll give the time. Hey, so we're on our way out to lunch. It's 7:15. And we had this beautiful salad, 7:16, sunshine today. I mean, you give
sunshine.
you give weather forecasts in the middle of a sentence because you are a true radio professional. I love you.
I love it. Now listen, you have written this book. I went into an Amazon bookstore, and there was Bob Iger's book, and there was your book next to the chairman of the Walt Disney Company right there. It is a very popular book.
It's doing well, surprisingly.
It is. I know it is. But why? Why do you think people are into it? What do they want to learn about you?
I think. Look, if you listen to my show on Z100 in New York City or on our other radio stations, I think you do want to hear the story behind what we do every day. I don't think someone who doesn't know who I am gives a rat's whatever. I don't think they want to read it.
It's for your audience.
I think it really is. I think it is.
And
what a waste of time having me here on Kiss.
What interests you still about doing your job every day? You get to talk to everybody.
You know what?
You're still curious.
I'll tell you why it's interesting to me, and I think this should hit home with you, Ryan. It's trying to. Are you drinking wine?
Yeah, that's the key. This is LA, man.
Stay drunk.
This is LA. No, this is hibiscus tea.
Oh God, you LA people. Okay, I think the reason I wrote the book and the reason I still do what I do and I love what I love is because I'm finally figuring out as a human being I need a connection. And you of all people, Ryan, know about the connection that we need to have.
Yes.
And we find through what we do with microphones and with you with cameras is it's our way of connecting. It's our way of communicating. It's really where we are at our most comfortable.
I really love that you were so candid in this book. You tell your story. You talk about still your curiosity with Lady Gaga or talking with Taylor Swift, Demi Lovato. I mean, you talk about a lot of the celebrities. Now you look at Justin Bieber. The guy grew up. I mean, he was a teenager when he met, right?
Yeah. No, he was a kid, and now he's an adult. And
do you feel somewhat? Do you feel a little bit of like you're responsible for success when you're playing a record? When you play a song from these guys, you help them out. Ryan,
we're a part of it. You and I, what we do, what all of us do, is we are a part of the foundation of these careers. And it's interesting because then the pieces all come together when you have Selena Gomez, as we both had her on this past couple of days. And she starts talking about Justin Bieber and her relationship or lack of relationship. And it's weird. We have this 50-yard line seat to watch this incredible game. These artists are amazing. Their stories make their music more valid to me. And that's why I'm glad we got to know them.
It's true. Well, go check out this book. You can get it.
Well, give me the name of the book,
Elvis
Brian,
Duran, Where Do I Begin? Jeez. Stories I sort of remember from a life lived out loud. Great to see you, pal. Keep it up. You could do it forever, couldn't you?
I love you. Yes, I feel like I have been doing it forever.
and to 30 more.
But you wear me out. Read the article, read the chapter about Ryan Seacrest.
I can't wait.
No, really, he wears me out.
I do own sweats.
Yeah, you did read, didn't you?
All right, 30 minutes. Elvis, 30 minutes of nonstop Kiss. It's coming up next.
God, how do you afford that?